Hello and welcome to Mint. This is Zara Khan, and in this edition of From the Newsroom, we're joined by Malvika Joshi, who is here to tell us more about her story on private equity players who are taking the road less taken and investing directly in projects as opposed to investing in the holding companies. Hi, Malvika. Thank you for joining us. So, why this change in strategy? As in, what are these players thinking? As in, why is this change in strategy, and how is this going to benefit them?
Sure. So Zara, if you know that few years back, say 4-5 years back, India's infrastructure story was selling really well because we know that India, as far infrastructure is concerned, we are quite underdeveloped. So roads definitely, private equity guys were pumping in a lot of money at the holding company level. They were picking up minority stake, thinking that after, these guys will, the road developers will get more projects, they'll generate higher revenues, and they can get a quick exit either through an IPO route or through secondary option, which obviously we know that didn't happen because there are a whole lot of issues that have cropped up with respect to land acquisition, with respect to a lot of other regulations, and guys invested at quite a high valuation as well, which is the traffic projection was quite aggressive. So now instead of taking stakes at the portfolio level, people are now in the need, they want to invest in cleaner assets which are already operational, which have no other risk except for the traffic risk. So they are now looking at buying out cleaner projects, road projects, instead of taking minority stake at holding level.
So, what exit options do these private equity players have, and has the limit as to they stay put in the project, as in has that period extended because of the change in strategy?
Sure. So earlier, like I told you, the exit options used to be, what they thought was probably through an IPO or through a secondary exit where they sell off the stake to another private equity guy, which is definitely not happening right now because the guys who are currently invested, they invested at a much higher valuation and they would not want to exit with a haircut, right? So now what they're thinking is instead, they are taking a longer time view for their investment. Earlier it was probably 4 years. Now they are taking to 7 to 10 year investment time frame, which is because that they are planning to generate the returns through cash flows. So if a road is already tolling, so the revenues, the cash flow that is generated out of that particular road project will help them in generating returns. At the same time, after a few years, say after 7 to 10 years, they can sell off the good projects either to a pension plan, pension fund, or through a sovereign fund. We have already seen that guys from Abu Dhabi and Canada are already quite interested in India's infrastructure sector.
And how does this benefit the companies? As in, are they very keen, and are they showing a lot of interest too? As in, it helps them because their books are very leveraged, etc. So
definitely. So these guys are anyways in need of money and they want to reduce the debt burden. So it makes sense for them because see, a portfolio consists of good and bad assets, but at a time when the sector is facing so much of trouble, it's quite obvious that most of the projects are not doing well, and as a result the overall portfolio value goes down. So in that case, it's better to sell good assets and get a fair value for them instead of asking the guys to invest at the holding level and settle in for a haircut.
Great, Malvika. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights. To read Malvika's full story and other stories, please log on to livemint.com and watch the space for more videos. Thank you.